Welcome in, everybody, to the Helping Hands Charity League Week 14 Battle Recap stream. This is Breaking the Fourth Wall. This is the same exact stream as the Week 13 stream was, but who cares? We're acting like it's a different stream. Let's go. But welcome in, everybody. Hope y'all are doing well. This is the last week, or the second to last week. So Week 15 is happening as we speak. And Week 15 is the last week of the regular season before the final tournament. So stay tuned for the end of the stream. We're going to go over the tournament bracket again here at the end. And we are still, I don't like doing this, but we are still looking for donations to be donated to the winner's prize pool. Because from the tournament, first, second, and third place all get donations to the charity that they have been supporting all season. First place does get 70% of the donations. Second place gets 20, and third place gets 10%. And it will all be going to the charities that are being represented by these teams, the ones that are on the top of their team sheets. So if you are looking for donations, there is a PayPal link that is linked onto the Twitch stream. It is, I will admit, is my personal PayPal, but any donations that we get will be put aside for the prize pool. But welcome in. This is Vulpix Aura of the Frosty Vulpix. I am happy to see you all here. We have some fantastic battles that happened this week. So I am really looking forward to showing you all just all the great battles. I will reiterate again, for the next 8 battles at least, I don't know if it'll be fixed by then, but the format of Showdown's replay, Pokemon Showdown's replay screen, it was updated a little bit. So the thing that I used to make it have like the different backgrounds and stuff, it was bugged out like crazy. So it will look different for the next 8 battles at least. Hopefully it does get fixed for next week, but who knows. But yeah, week 14, the second to last week of battles. Let's get started with the introduction. We see that the first battle here, we have the Tapu Bullies and the Sylphic Sylveon. Let's introduce our two teams here. This Tapu Bullies is our first team, a team that is coming up after a Comfey sweep, the very first Comfey sweep of the season. I was expecting to see more, but more did not happen. The Tapu Bullies oh my gosh, I can't speak. The Tapu Bullies being led by Zekrom365, who is excited about the Comfey Inkshot, playing for Doctors Without Borders. So if this team wins first place, 70% of the donations that we get will be donated to Doctors Without Borders. That's kind of how it will work here if Tapu Bullies gets first place in the tournament. Currently, though, they are 6th place at 7-6, looking to keep their spot in the top 8 throughout these next 2 weeks here. Even though the top 8 doesn't really matter too much, it just matters for a placement onto the tournament bracket. But you see, this team has been kind of popping off with 3 different Pokemon now that are over 10 knockouts. The OU Pokemon in this team, we have the Ferrothorn at 4-8, and the Hisuian Arcanine, the good doggo, is at 12-8. 14-8. Oh my gosh, I just skipped a Pokemon. The good boy is at 14-8. The UU Pokemon of this team, we have the Nidoking at 12-8, and the Hawlucha is at 7-2. The Arumons and the Porygon Z at 1-3, the Incineroar at 1-4, and the Reuniclus at 3-2. The Reuniclus has only been brought twice, and once was against me. I'm surprised it hasn't been brought more often. But anyway, let's continue the NU Pokemon. We have the Starmie at 0-1, Barantas at 1-3, and the Scyther at 2-3. And the PU Pokemon, the Comfey, is over 10 KOs, getting 11-7, coming off of a 6-0 sweep last week. The Pikachu is at 3-4, the Govagrigus at 0-1. I think it was brought for the first time last week as well here. And the Charon, we don't talk about Charon. Charon's just Charon. But they do have their work cut out for them against their opponents, who is the Sylphic Sylveon, led by Sasumi, playing for the American Cancer Society. Currently 13th at 3-10, But don't let that record fool you. This team is really strong and has a lot of really strong Pokemon putting in some big numbers. Only one Pokemon with 10 or more knockouts, but you see that there's a 7, there's a 9, there's a 7, there's a 9. There's a lot of really high knockout Pokemon here. This is a team to be afraid of if you're going up against them to battle. The OU Pokemon, we have the Hisuian Typhlosion at 7 and 10, and the Hisuian Samurott at 9 and 13. Okay, I got confused. So the Hisuian Samurott has been brought every week here, because it has a knockout every week. The UU Pokemon, we have the Tinkaton at 7 and 7, and the Paldean Tauros Aqua breed is at 3 and 4. This is a really recent Pokemon here. So to have 3 knockouts, even though it just was traded recently, is pretty great here. The RU Pokemon, we have the Sylveon at 3 and 4, the Aurorus at 1 and 3, and the Pangoro at 0 and 2. The NU Pokemon, we have the Escavalier at 0 and 1, the Golurk at 9 and 11, and the Executor Alolan at 1 and 1. And the PU Pokemon, sorry, I need a drink of water. The PU Pokemon, we have the female Indeedee at 10 and 9, who is way outperforming my own. The Meganium and Sunfisk each at 0 and 2, with the Flareon at 0 and 1. And let's move on to the starting screen and let's see the 2 lineups of these 2 teams here. The Tapu Bullies bring in the Arcanine, bring in the Comfey, the Nidoking, who's hiding behind Ferrothorn, the Starmie, and the Incineroar. With the Sylphic Sylveon, bring in the Indeedee, the Tauros, Paldean Tauros Aqua, the Golurk, the Indeedee, the Sylveon, and the Typhlosion, which is the first week that we're actually not seeing the Samurott here. Kind of surprised. I actually just mentioned that Samurott's been brought every week, but it apparently hasn't. But let's get into this battle. The Tapu Bullies leading with the Weight of the World Ferrothorn, with Indeedee being led by the Sylphic Sylveon. Immediate swap, though, into the Hisuian Typhlosion. No nicknames, unfortunately. Celtharax being set up by the Ferrothorn with immediate switch into Eye of the Tiger. I love these names already. The Flamethrower being used, of course, going to be a resisted hit here. But the Hidden Power is going to be super effective, but not do too much damage with the knockoff, taking the Typhlosion down in just one hit. Golurk does come out to replace it, though, with a switch from the Ferrothorn into the Ferrothorn to eat a Dynamic Punch, and gets confused in the process here. The Iron Barbs and Rocky Helmet is going to do some chip damage with a switch into City of Stars. I love the names. Oh my gosh. The Poltergeist is going to just bonk the Starmie, though, in just one hit. With Incineroar being switched back in, the knockoff is going to be enough to take down the Golurk, though. The Sylveon comes in, with the Hyper Voice being used, doing a little bit of chip damage with the Incineroar with a knockoff, knocking down the leftovers from the Sylveon here. The switch from the Incineroar into the Hisuian Arcanine. The Hyper Voice is going to do a little bit of chip damage here, but not too much. With the Flare Blitz doing some damage right back, not enough to take it down. The Wish being set up by the Sylveon. With the switch into Tauros, the Flare Blitz is going to do a little bit of chip damage, but the Wish is going to bring it back to full HP. The switch from Arcanine into the Incineroar with the Raging Bull. A super effective hit, even through the minus attack, is going to take it down. Blinding Lights, the Comfey is going to come back in. Raging Bolt is going to do some pretty good damage, with a Calm Mind being set up by the Comfey. And the Draining Kiss isn't going to be enough to take down Tauros, though. The Raging Bolt is going to bring it back to half HP. The switch from the Tauros into the Tinkaton, though, kind of interesting switch, I think. But the Draining Kiss is going to be a resisted hit here. But it's going to pop the Air Balloon and give the Metronome. The Pickpocket from the Indeedee is going to steal the Metronome. The Gigaton Hammer, of course, is going to crit and do some good damage. And the knockoff is going to knock the... there it goes. Knock the Rocky Helmet off. The Gyro Ball is going to crit and take down the Tinkaton. Yeah, Tinkaton just stealing here. Indeedee is going to switch in. The Expanding Force is going to take down the Ferrothorn, though. Who let the dog out? Is going to get one shot by an Expanding Force by the Indeedee. Comfey comes back in, but is also going to get one shot. Justice Nidoking left. But the Indeedee outspeeds and takes down the Nidoking. The Indeedee with basically a reverse sweep here. Jeez. Indeedee just continuing to impress here. Sylphic Sylveon with a late game just reverse sweep against the Tapu Bullies, and getting the win. very good battle. Like the first time I saw that, I was not ready for Ndidi. Yeah, good battle, you two. Congrats to the Sylphic Sylveon. Um, I think that's their fourth win now.